This is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be taking a look at Update Alpha version 0.15.0.1. The two biggest things in this update: a new map and a new car. The new map is Italy, which is a small Italian island with beautiful coastlines, villages, and vineyards. We have a handful of locations to start at, but you know me, we're going to the default one. And to drive on the new map, we're going to be driving the new car. It is the Autobello Piccolina. You know, what happened to the simple names? D Series, T Series, Roamer, Hopper, 8 Series, Special, SBR4. Now we got Autobello Piccolina. So fancy sounding for what's really just kind of an old economy car. Now, this car has a bunch of options available to it. We're not going to be looking at all these in this video. I'll be doing a separate video that goes into more detail on the vehicle. This video is going to more focus on the map and all of the other things. But we're going to be starting off with the slowest version there is, which is the 110. It's actually a bit faster than I expected it to be, but before we drive it, I'll give you guys a look at the outside of the vehicle. So it looks pretty similar to a Fiat 600, but it has some Volkswagen Beetle-like features. For example, the way the fenders stick out is a lot more like a Beetle, and then the slope of the rear of the vehicle, a lot more like a Beetle. Also, the rear has a lot of features like that. For example, the rear taillights and the exhaust are all the same you would find on the Volkswagen, not like the ones on the Fiat 600. So anyways, time to drive it some, getting up to speed. We are now at 40 miles per hour, still increasing, but we gotta slow down a little bit for this corner. What is the speed limit through here? I don't know. Actually, there's a sign up there that's gonna tell me. It looks like it is 50? Yeah, 50 kilometers per hour. You know me, I'm an American in a European country. I see a number, I just assume it's miles per hour, and, well, now we're going 50 miles per hour through here, so we're good to go. And also, a thing Americans do is speed a bit, so we gotta keep flooring it. And I am still flooring it this whole time. I have not let up on the gas since after that corner, and this is about as fast as we're gonna be going on this slight incline, actually. We have pretty much leveled out. Oh, got 56, 57. There we go, a little bit more acceleration into this thing. But you get to see the environment some as we drive along, and let's go ahead and try to do a little bit of wreckage on this thing. Can we fit in between these? Let's see. Oh! If you drove through there a little bit more precisely, you probably could have fit without getting any damage, but I'm kind of happy there's some damage because it gives us something to take a look at. So it seems like it can still drive a bit. I want to just go ahead and park it, and we can take a look at it. That looks like a good spot. Not too much being covered up by the grass. So there's the damage on that side. And then there's damage on this side. You'll notice the doors on this thing open the reverse of what you're used to seeing. It's not because the car crashed weirdly. That's just the way the car is. The handle's right there. And if you would open it, it would look like that. And you can kind of see the inside of the car from this position. But if you really want to see the inside, the best way to do that is just to go to the inside camera. So we'll go ahead and pop into here, get the door back on and ready to go. And the interior is pretty bare. But that's what you'd expect to see in a car from the 1950s. You're not going to have a tablet on this thing and all kinds of dials and knobs to mess with. You're going to have the basics. You're going to have a speedometer, a steering wheel, some pedals on the floor, and then something on the steering column for like lights and stuff. So it does have blinkers for left and right, and it does have headlights that turn on. It even lights up the gauges on the inside. Has high beams even to make things even brighter. You know, I wonder how long high beams have been on cars. Like, how long after headlights did high beams come out? That's something I should look up after this video. Anyways, though, over here you see you got some more stuff. You have a thing way up here, and at first I thought it was to adjust the mirror, but no, that's actually to open and close the door, I think. And then you have this to open up the smoking window. And then you have definitely a windy window and a neat little latch you could use to pull in the door. And you can actually stick your head out the door if you look too far, so let's not do that. And then over here on the back, it's kind of neat that you can see the wheel well right there. So, like, if you hop into the car with your kids on a really hot day, they're going to get burnt on that thing probably. Like, it's going to be really hot, especially if you have a black car. You have to be careful about that. And you can see all of the materials on this car are, like, pretty basic materials. There's no fancy leather or anything. It's simple cloth, and you should just be happy that there's multiple colors to the cloth, I think. Anyways, let's drive this thing a little bit more. I do like that the map starts you at a 4-way intersection, so you have 4 different directions you can go to explore it. So that way, when I respawn to the same spot we are already at, we're not going to be driving the same roads over and over again. We're just going to be starting from the same spot. Alright, so we're going about 50 miles per hour. That should be good enough for a crash. So I see a thing right here we can crash into. Oh, maybe not. Those bushes are going to be too tall. Don't crash. Don't crash. Ooh, the mirror went over the guardrail. I could not have been closer to crashing without actually crashing. I want a better spot. There's a good spot. Now the bushes aren't going to be covering over the car and you can really see the impact. There we go. Oh, I like how the doors pop open on this thing when you crash it. That's pretty cool. We got some fireballs into the mix as well. And I'm assuming this thing should be able to drive, because the engine is in the back. It's rear wheel drive. All the front does is just steer it along. Yeah, we can drive it some. The doors will not stay shut. They want to just be open and flapping like a bird. Well, it was drivable, but I think the engine just decided to die on me, so it's gonna be done. I'll give you guys one more look at the vehicle before we reset it. Quite a bit of damage to the vehicle, but it's a smaller car, so 60 miles per hour is a lot. So how about we get a faster version of the vehicle? Let's go with the 150 Corsa, which is a special factory build sold to private race teams. So it's not exactly a production vehicle, but at least came off the same line. And I gotta make sure I go a different route than we've done so far, so let's go opposite of the direction we start. Now this thing, 0 to 60, is still about 7 to 8 seconds. So it's really not that fast. I mean, we have economy cars nowadays that do 0 to 60 about the same time as this thing, even though this is the special racing edition. The big difference, though, is this thing's kind of fun to drive. It can also be a little bit scary, so there'll be times where it just snaps on you and you spin out when you don't expect it. It has done that to me a few times already. Ooh, what is this? Is this a hole? Oh, yep, that's a hole. We actually flew nice and straight. I don't know how we managed that one. And we can still drive. Yeah, there is nothing wrong with this car, really. It's pulling a bit to the side, but not a huge amount. And I'm just driving through some areas of this map so you can see the variety of locations here. Like, you have the city area, then you have like the old city up here. And you just have the forest areas. You have the coast area too. This map is actually bigger than any stock map so far by a significant margin. Like, before this, Utah, USA was the biggest map. This one is the size of 4 Utah, USA's put together. And it's good for me when there's a new stock map, because I do most of my driving on stock maps. Every now and then I'll do a video on a modded map that's not actually about the map, but that's pretty infrequent. So anyways, we need to find a spot to crash this car. And actually, that looks like a perfect spot. Off the cliff of a mountain. And into some trees. Go to the right. Nope, that's not. It didn't go to the right. It just rotated the car to the right. Oh, look at that. The engine actually matches the paint job. It's both red. Anyways, here's a look at the damage. Kind of hard to see with the tree, but if you zoom in, then you zoom in too much. So that's unfortunately the best look you're going to get before you reset it. And before we move on from this car, why don't we try out the fastest version there is, which is the Street Machine, which has 200 horsepower in this little itty bitty car. This thing is probably a death trap. I haven't actually tried this out yet, but I assume it's a death trap. And right off the bat, I like the fact that you can see the engine right there. You can even see the turbocharger on the engine and how it has basically no exhaust system. It just exhausts out the turbo. That looks pretty cool. But now I need to focus on where I'm driving, because I'm a little bit all over the place, although I expect that to be kind of common driving this car, to be 100% honest with you. I think my standards are going to be, did I spin out? If the answer is no, I did a pretty good job. If I did spin out, well, it's probably the car's fault for being so crazy. Although it's not as crazy as it could be. We got to turn on the nitrous on this thing. That'll make it crazier. Okay, now we're ready to go. Okay, I don't know if that was just a coincidence, but once I turned on the nitrous and I tried to floor it, back end just kicks out. I don't think that was a coincidence. With the nitrous on, this thing just has too much power. Without the nitrous, it's at a pretty good spot, actually. You can floor it, but with the nitrous, you floor it, it kicks out. You can't floor it anymore. And it's like, well, what's the point of the extra power? You're just wasting money on nitrous and making the engine probably less reliable in the long term. I'm assuming if we got up to a high enough of speed, we could actually make use of it, but we're not going to do that through this area, that's for sure. Come on. Oh, look, I'm using nitrous to my advantage as I kick the back end out to corner around that area. And here we go. We made it to the castle over here, which is what I was heading to. And kind of neat to look at the castle right there, but not really anything we could do with it because we can't actually go in it. So let's go down the hill that we just drove up in a very violent way. Oh, come on. Make it past the road. Oh, yes. All right. We're actually going to make it all the way down to the docks over here so we could kind of drive around there. I think this thing should still be able to drive. It was kind of a harsh landing, but we got a stiff suspension that's surprisingly durable, and it wasn't that much weight landing on the suspension. That's the other thing. With a car this light, it's a little bit more durable in that situation than you would expect for how fragile it was in the regular impact. Anyways, let's crash this thing into a wall. We're going to slide this thing right into the building, going at a pretty decent speed, I think. Gonna hit the curb a little bit, and That was, I didn't know what was happening right there. Just all of a sudden, the wall ate my car. I guess this map, some of the buildings aren't real. Or somehow I just found the one building that's glitched. I don't really know, but we ended up wrecking the roof instead. That's not what I expected. Let's try to get it up onto its wheel so you can see what it looks like. Now this thing's not going to drive anymore, unfortunately, but here's a look at the damage. And instead of resetting this, you know what I'm thinking about doing? Can't really see the damage. What I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to change areas on the map just to go to a different zone. So let's go to this one. This one looks like an interesting area to go to. Let's see, what's this area look like? Oh, this area looks pretty good. It looks different from where we were at before, which is what I was looking for. And the road we're on right now, it actually has a unique sound when you drive on it. It's not very loud, so you have to listen closely, but hopefully you're able to hear it. That actually broke the engine. Well, hopefully you were able to hear the sound though, and we'll reset this thing and replace this thing. So we're gonna go with a Bolide. I mean, it's an Italian car. Why not drive it in an Italian location? That makes sense. But what I wanted to do here is I wanted to change up the skin on this thing because there are two new skins for the Bolide. One of them you could kind of already see right there, but this one you couldn't see right there. This one, the only way to get it is to add it in the parts menu. So that's what it looks like. Same color scheme as the other one, but a different design on it. In fact, I think I might like this design a little bit better than the other one, even though I'm so used to seeing the other one. And then there's also a police skin, because the Italian police, they got money. They can afford a race car, basically, to drive around and chase criminals. Totally the most practical vehicle they could have chosen. Oh, this thing is too big and too fat for these Italian roads. These police don't know what they're doing. I'm gonna wreck this thing, because this is to prove a point that this is not an ideal police officer vehicle. Oh no, it's actually falling down the hill. Oh, well, it's gonna be a while until it gets to the ground. All right, Bolide, how you doing? Can you drive it all? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, this is definitely not the right location for this car, but there's no real changes to the vehicle itself I want to talk about, just the new looks. So why don't we go to a different vehicle? We're gonna go to the Sunburst. We're gonna get the Rally Gravel sequential version. You also notice there's a different color on this, but it's the same skin you've always had on the Rally version of the vehicle. However, there is a new skin available for the vehicle. And that's one of those things I always can't decide what to call it between a skin and a paint job and stuff, because like I always think of old video games where that's just what you used to call them, so I still call them that. Anyways, though, we have a new paint job for the Hirochi Sunburst. It is the Grip All livery, and this one, well, I gotta change the color a bit because it looks awful like that. Put a different color on the background, make it like a orange. I think that's what it normally is. And there you go, it's a very BeamNG looking car. The nice thing about this one though is it actually goes with most colors. Like, don't choose black. If you choose a bright color though, it goes well, but black, it's too much of the same. How's white look? White looks good too. Anyways, there's the color I wanted. Let's see, can we drive it through here? Oh, it should be fine. It's gonna be a little bit of trouble, but I think it'll make it. And we're gonna go on the inside real quickly because on this we have shift lights now. So right above the steering wheel, you have a little light that tells you when to upshift your car so you don't over rev the engine. That's a nice little thing to have. And there's also the same shift lights on another car. If we can, oh my goodness. Where am I driving? I don't even know where I am, to be honest with you. I do know I'm upside, never mind, I'm not upside down. All right, well, can we get it upside down again? Yes, no, maybe? No, wait, yes, there we go. I can't really tell what's going on at all. We're just spinning through the air. A lot. Car, how are you spinning so much? Oh, you're ruined. Absolutely ruined. I don't want this car anymore. Let's go to another car. Another car that has fancy shift lights. We're going to get the Rally version of the Ibishu Pessima. And we pop into here. You'll see it also has a shift light, but this one's more basic. It doesn't have like a bunch of lights. It just has one red light. It's like, hey, you're revving it too high, boy. What you doing? Actually, it's not saying you're revving it too high. It's just saying it's time to shift. Because if it's telling you you're revving it too high, it's not really much good. Because you could tell that just by bouncing off of a rev limiter. But when you just have the light saying shift, that's a little bit more useful. Although now we can't really do much at all because we're stuck on our side again. So, you know what? We need something with a little more ground clearance, don't we? How about we go with a roamer, because the roamer has a new feature on it. Well, not exactly a new feature, but it's an improved feature. The roof rack has been improved. It's different on top. Still has a roof rack from before, but it's different. And then also has lights up top as well that are new lights, and there are little covers you can put on those lights, I think. And let me try to do that real quickly. So we go to frame, I think, and then maybe it's body? I'm kind of guessing here. There we go, roof rack. All right, we're good. So when we go to the lights, you have round lights, but then you also have round lights with covers. And there are the covers, and I think you can change the look on the covers. And then also, you can get round lights with grill. And it's more of a mesh than a grill, but there you go. That's what the lights look like with that addition on them. And we can try driving this thing around a little bit, and getting the things to fall off of the roof rack is going to be the goal. And we're moving surprisingly fast right here, but I want it to roll over. So, can we roll it? Yes, we can. Will anything fall off is the next question. I mean, it looks like I should have a chance. There we go. We lost the spare tire. Still got the 2 gas cans and the other bit on top, though. So, let's see if we can roll it again. Yes, we can. Can it get onto its wheels? No. And unfortunately, the things did not fall off. So let's do a little bit of manual work on making this fall off. I'm just going to use the node grabber, and there go the gas cans, and there goes the other thing, which I actually don't know what that is now that I look at it. We can use it to wreck up the car, though. It works fine for that. Don't know what it is, though. Well, I don't think we need this guy anymore. So let's get out of this area, because the next car I want to be driving is not compatible with that area at all. It's just going to bottom out all over the place. I want to grab the Hirochi SBR4. There it is. And I need the hill climb version, because the hill climb version has a new paint job on it. So here's the paint job. And it looks pretty good with whatever color you choose. It's an Apex paint job, because it's the Apex Predator of race cars. That's what it is. And since we got this car out, we can go ahead and wreck it real quickly, because it's a fun car to wreck, because you got those little pieces that fly off of it. Nope. Well, I deflated a tire accidentally. This thing's already ruined. But here's the real wreckage now. Oh, not the trees. Oh, how did I dodge those trees? All right, here we go. Hop into the air, over the trees, onto the ground. That's better. I don't know why. That just seems like a more fun crash to do. Still have some drivability left, so let's keep going. Oh, barely any drivability left, actually. And now we're not going anywhere now. We're stuck. Like, we're really stuck the way I got this thing positioned. Anyways, there's a look at the damage. And we're going to go ahead and reset this. And then we're going to hit F10. That'll bring up a new menu in the top left that you see that says Tools. So you can click on that, and there's this Script AI Manager, which you can do some nifty stuff with, making it bigger so we can see everything. So if we hit record, and then we just drive around, it'll record the path I take, and then the AI should be able to drive that exact same path. So we're just going to drive around a little bit right here to have a path that the AI has to follow. It shouldn't be too difficult, but it shouldn't be too easy, so it's probably a good thing to do. It has lots of curves to it, kind of tight and hard to maneuver, and I'm going really slow through here because I want to see if the AI drives slow when you drive slow as well. Like, I didn't really test this too much, just very basic testing earlier, so I also don't know what happens if you tell them to go in reverse. Do they actually go in reverse, or do they try to do a 180 and follow the path? We're going to be finding out these questions, though. And to finish things off, that looked like a jump, so we're going to try to hit that thing and see if it works as a jump. Yes, it does. That is a beautiful jump. Gets the car flying a good distance up into the trees. And that's exactly what I want to see the AI do, basically. So we're going to hit stop. And then we're going to reset this car back up here. We're going to tell the AI to go ahead and drive. And I want to try to follow them along in a different car. So how about we get a police car? We're going to go Savetta Bolide Polizia. So before I only showed you the new paint job, but there is a version of the vehicle that's specifically for police stuff. And they're actually escaping me a little bit. So they're going decently fast through here, which is exactly what I was doing. That's good. And then do they go slow in this area like I was? Yeah. So they even follow your speed to some extent. That's really cool. I like that. I'm not exactly sure what I could use it for, but it's nice. Now, what are they going to do here? They're going to back it up? Nope. They're going to do a little 180 maneuver there. And oh no, they're coming at me fast. Back up, back up, back up. I don't know if they actually hit me or not, but that was scary. Like, I was just being chased by that dude. Ridiculous speeds. And I could not accelerate fast in reverse. Hit that jump good, though. Not quite as fast as I hit it, but still at a decent speed. And I hit the jump as well because I'm just following them along. All right. Yeah, that is really cool. It works surprisingly well. You know, the only real issue I had is the fact that they didn't back up, but that's understandable because that's one of those things that'd be really awkward to probably code in. It's like a special case where just following the path is a lot simpler. So anyways, I think I am done on this map. We're gonna go check out these new scenarios. There are 2 new scenarios. The first one is called Bello Piccolina Showcase. A technical time trial around Belasco City showcasing the Bello Piccolina, aka the Pickle. And it doesn't look like we have a super fast version of it. It's definitely not one of the race ones, but it could be one of the higher end production versions of the vehicle. Initial acceleration though says it's not that fast, and oh my goodness, we have to do a jump! Oh, that was actually really smooth. We went perfectly through the loop, and the landing could not have been better, and there we go. Like I'm all saying, that was so nice, and I slammed into the curb. That was so easily avoidable, but I thought, oh, I can make this. Yeah, I was wrong. I mean, not severely, but just a little bit, just enough for it to hit, and possibly severely damage the suspension. That's one of those things where it can do some damage. Don't know if it did, though. Like, I haven't really had a chance to actually test it. We're too busy doing all these really tight maneuvers, and I'm like steering full left, full right, so you can't really check if it's still driving in a straight line or not. And we're still doing that. Whoa, this corner's coming up tight. I barely made that. I just like e-brake whipped that thing. All right, so how straight of a line does it drive in? It's driving straight. Like, I smashed into that curve, but the suspension's A-okay. I like that. And also, I went flat out through that section. That's pretty cool. Oh, we are not going to the right. We are going kind of straightish onto the sidewalk. Okay, this is, I mean, I guess it fits, so yeah, why not? This just feels so wrong. You're not supposed to drive on the sidewalk. There we go. All right, I feel better now. At least they didn't make you drive on the sidewalk for long. Is that actually a road? Yeah, I guess that's a road. It kind of looked like I was just driving on the sidewalk again, but it's close enough to being a road. It's decently wide compared to the sidewalk. I'm also noticing this car is starting to overheat because we are nearly maxed out on the temperature gauge, which means this thing might get damaged from overheating soon. I'm really not sure how long it can last. I mean, one of the neat things about this car is it is an air-cooled vehicle. So maybe it is a little bit more reliable when it gets to these temperatures. Like normally if you have a regular car, when it starts getting this high, it starts falling to bits. But maybe this was different. Maybe it's able to just drive at this temperature somehow. I don't know really. But so far I haven't had any issues, which is surprising because I'm still revving this thing. Look, we're at 4,500 RPMs or so, and it's just trucking along, no problem. All right, we got another jump right there, and it really wants to get up to speed, and it can't tell me which side to stay on. I'm going on the left side and going right. You can't tell me what to do. Although in the end, I still got to go to the right of things to hit the jump. But you know what? It's about sending a message. That's what's important there. Can we do this jump? We're going to hit it at 45 miles per hour, and we are good. I actually could have done it a little bit slower than I did. I was honestly worried about going too slow, but we're fine. And it looks like the engine is a little bit hotter. It's now like completely in the red. Before there was a little sliver of black. Now it's completely red. Oh, are you serious? Driving reverse? Oh, I don't like this. I do not like this one bit. No. Why you do this? You're gonna make me crash. See, I crashed. Now I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna floor it and see what happens. Oh, that actually works. You know, just bounce off of the walls. Yeah, that worked very, very well. Oh, look at this. It's a hole in the wall specifically made for me. This is my hole. It's right through. Perfect fit. Okay, maybe not perfect. I saw some sparks flying off the vehicle, but it was pretty close to a perfect fit. Now, we only have 6 checkpoints left. So if this thing's going to overheat, it got to do it soon. So far, so good. But here's a big hill to climb, which has a good chance to cause it to overheat because you don't have a lot of air going over the engine and you're revving it high to climb the hill. And it made it no problem, I guess. Oh, I don't like this. It feels like the car's going to tip over. We're going to go like right as close as we can to that thing to make sure it doesn't tip. And only 3 more checkpoints. If it's going to overheat, it's not going to be in this scenario. At least that's what I'm calling right now because it's 2 checkpoints now and I can see the last one. We're going to have a jump or something at the end? No, it looks like it's going to be a really underwhelming finish, actually. Oh, no, it's not. We got confetti flying through the air. It is not underwhelming. And I'm trying to, like, slide the car over the place. And, oh, no. This is a time thing. I didn't realize that. I only got a silver. Like, I was just kind of cruising. If I knew there was a time limit, I would have raced a lot faster. I guess I'll do a faster speed for the next one, which is pizza delivery. And it says, deliver the pizzas on your route across town. Hey, the Gazzo, the boss wants you to drop off some pizzas. You got less than 3 minutes, and be sure to actually stop for the customer this time. Oh, well, some kind of protest is going on in the city, so you'll have to improvise. I trust you. Remember all the old shortcut. Man, I've been telling you for years, you gotta get with the technology. I don't even know where I'm driving. I just follow the GPS. GPS says turn left here. I'm like, alrighty then. And it always gets me to my destination. I mean, it's basically honestly what we're doing. We're just following the coordinates we're told to. And ooh, this is a tight road. I cannot see easily doing this with a D series or something like that. But with this guy, it's pretty easy. And we had to stop right there to deliver the pizza. And he says, grazie, young man. And I say, grazie to you too, except that probably means thank you, so why am I thanking him? Maybe he gave me a big tip. Nice. Gotta love big tips. And again, like I said, this time I'm gonna go faster. We're gonna get a gold medal on this one. I guarantee it, or I'm gonna do it again until I do, basically. Although I wish I had a faster car in the straights to deliver these pizzas. They're getting cold. We're only going like 55 miles per hour. I've been flooring it for like a good 20 seconds, it feels like. It probably really wasn't that long, but it felt like it. And I'm not exactly sure if I've seen the protest yet. Like, have I just not noticed it? Maybe that was that blocked off area to my left right there. Because I'm just so focused on following the path. And oh, we gotta stop right here. And it says, you took too long. That's what I was saying. This car is too slow, man. It ain't my fault. They need to upgrade my car so I can have more horsepower and go faster. I wonder how many pizzas I'm delivering. How many pizzas can even fit in a car this big? It's not that big. Oh, we're going downstairs. Woo! That's very, very sketchy. I don't like that. Like, I feel like I gotta go real slow through that, but I'm trying to go fast. I almost want to just slam into the wall right there and go faster, but then I know I'll wreck my car, and I guess it wouldn't have mattered. So it's all done there, and it says, hey, go offer the Protestani some pizza. Maybe they'll shut up. He does not like the protesters. Oh no, what are they protesting? You know, I heard there are some protesters out there against marinara. I just don't get them. What's wrong with marinara sauce? That stuff's delicious. In addition to the scenarios, we also have some other new things. I'm not going to actually do them, but I'll at least show them to you. Under time trials, we have some time trials for the Italy map. And if you guys would be interested in seeing me drive through these, do leave a comment and I could do these in a separate video. And then also we have some new stuff in the bus routes for Italy as well. And apparently you can use the car we just had for a bus? Like, didn't it look like it said, yeah, we could use that car for a second? We can't. We got to use the Wentworth. And again, if you guys would be interested in seeing that, do tell me. Otherwise, that's going to do it for this video. This has been WhyBeAre. And remember, if you like or dislike this video, I will know. You can't fool me. So do the right thing, and I'll see you next time. Also, do remember that everything I showed you here is not the full list of changes. If you want a full list of changes, go check out the developer's blog, which has the full changelog. It's a lot more than I could ever cover in a video, but a lot of it is just too minute and detailed to really cover in a video easily. Anyways, once again, I'll see you guys next time.